Hello, in this video I'll show you how to replace the fuel filter on Fords with the 1.6 TDCI engine. This filter is used on some Fords like Ford C-Max, Ford Focus, Ford Fiesta, Ford Mondeo with a 1.6 TDCI engine. This is what the filter looks like that I'm going to be replacing. The location of the fuel filter is in the engine compartment. That's the fuel filter right there. In order to get access to the fuel filter, first we're going to remove this vacuum line, and also there is a metal bracket on top of the fuel filter. We need to remove the bolts for it. There is a couple of bolts holding it. And afterwards we're going to remove the two fuel lines that go into the fuel filter, which are on the rear. They're right there. There's also that electrical connector that we need to remove. First, to start by removing the vacuum line, I'm going to be using pliers to remove the vacuum line. There's two tabs on the connector of the vacuum line that need to be pressed in. I'm going to use pliers designed for these kind of connectors. I'm going to push in the tabs and pull out the connector. Next, I'm going to remove all the bolts holding this metal bracket. There is 4 or 5 bolts that we need to remove. I removed the first bolt. This is the other bolt that we need to remove. Another bolt over there, and then 2 bolts on the rear. One is over there and one is on the rear. If the video is useful, please like and comment on the video and subscribe to the channel to see more videos like this. I removed almost all the bolts. Now I remove the last bolt, which is on the rear. You need to put in your hand in there just to get hold of it, and then you can remove it. Now that all the bolts are removed, next I'm going to remove the electrical connector because it's in the way of removing the metal bracket, and then we can take out the metal bracket. That's the metal bracket out. Now we have access to the fuel filter. Next we're going to remove the 2 fuel lines. They're right there. There is 2 tabs, the white tabs on them. We need to push them in, maybe with a screwdriver, and then pull out the fuel line. So we push in the tab and pull out the fuel line. And that's the 2 fuel lines out. Now there is a tab on the fuel filter that we need to push and then pull out the fuel filter. That's the tab on the back, and that's the fuel filter out. Now we're going to replace it with a new one. This is the new fuel filter, and this is the part number for it. On the old filter there is this plastic thing that we need to remove and put it on the new filter. In order to remove it, we need to lift up this tab and then push out this plastic thing. And it came out. Now we're going to put it on the new fuel filter. But before that, we're going to replace the 2 the two O-rings on it. We're going to push it in all the way, and then we're going to put this plastic bracket that will hold it in place. Before I put the filter onto the car, I'll show you which fuel line is for fuel going in and which one is for fuel going out. So this line is for fuel going in, and the top line with the yellow cap that had the yellow cap on is for fuel going out. You can see on the old filter there is an arrow pointing that fuel is going out. So now when we put the filter back on, we need to bleed the system manually, as there is no pump here on this car, and we need to put the hose into the filter with where the fuel is going out, which is the top line. And then after we pump all the air out, we're going to put the pump onto the fuel line to fill it up as well. So now that the fuel filter is in place, we're going to put the fuel line that's on the bottom where the fuel is gonna go in. This fuel line is coming from the fuel tank, and this is the fuel line for fuel going out. This is the hand pump that I'm going to be using. Make sure the arrow is pointing towards the outside. You put the hose into the fuel filter, the top line that I haven't connected the hose on, and we're going to start pumping until all the air comes out, until the fuel filter gets filled with fuel, and then the fuel will come out on this side. And we'll start collecting the fuel. At first we'll start collecting it into a plastic cup. So now we continue to pump until the fuel filter gets filled with fuel, and this way all the air will come out. We can see there is fuel starting to come out, so that means that the fuel filter is already full of fuel. We'll pump it up a little bit more until there is no more air in it, and when we're happy, we're going to put this end of the hose into the fuel line that's going towards the high pressure fuel pump. We're going to pump a little bit more just to make sure that everything is full and all the air is out. And now we're going to put this end of the hose into that fuel line. We're going to pump it a little bit more to fill the fuel line, and then we're going to remove the hand pump and connect the fuel line to the fuel filter immediately. So now we'll pump again until the fuel line gets filled with fuel all the way, and then remove the fuel pump and connect the fuel line immediately to the fuel filter. And as the fuel line connected to the fuel filter, now the system should be bled. Next we're going to put the electrical connector back on, and we're going to put this vacuum line back on, and then we're going to go into the car and start the car. So So now you go into the car, you just turn the ignition on and start the car. After starting the car, press the accelerator pedal and hold it at 3000 RPM just for a couple of seconds until we made sure that the system has bled 100%, and then you can let the accelerator pedal go and turn off the car. Hopefully the video was helpful. Thank you for watching.